a quick example of how to do a HUD, animated HUD image, I guess. This is just a full screen test, so it's going to freeze up the screen. I've got a dynamic timer on it, so it just starts slowly, gets faster and faster, and then when it fills the screen it will just restart. Simply so that you can see it would be like a continuous loop of an animation. Obviously not really suited for this animation as an example, but I believe it's the intended end result of the original request. So anyway, that's the actual animation playing, and then when you go into my files, as you can see I have over 100 files down here. I have 124. They're all nicely named. By my program that I use. I actually use Spriter to do that. Which creates the animation right here. Now for the actual script. It's basically we load up all of the images in a for loop to actually do the file name. You need to call them one by one, so as sprites you need to call them one by one, so you need to make sure you reference the actual folder completely, and then in my case I'm just literally checking because I've named them, or it automatically names them with a number extension. You can just add in this little A to do the numbers. You just need to be aware that in my case there were a few zeros in front, so 001, 002, and then when it got to like 10 it was 010. So I just have to change it here, and then when it got above 100 it's just the literal the A number, but it's best to try and name them like that for the easiest way to do it. But if you really didn't have that, you'd have to type in every single one manually by name, which would take ages. And then when you've done that part, you can just reference or create the sprite using those numbers. Set the size to however big you want. In my case, I'm just going to fill the whole screen, and then I just set them off screen as a start, so that none will appear right at this point. And then you've got my delay up here, which is just 3 seconds for the first part. And then the actual code to animate through them is very simple. You just I've just added in a little timer, but you don't really need a timer. It will go through automatically even if you want to remove the timer or set the delay to 0. And then you're just basically doing the same thing but in an if statement rather than a for statement. This should probably be 124 actually, so I changed how many images there were. So you just need this number to match this one. And then high is just like, I've just called that HUD image basically, that's what that means, but you can use any variable. It's just going to count up to 124, and basically you need to start it at 1 or whichever number you've started your for loop at, and then add 1 to it, set the sprite below it off screen, set the actual sprite on the screen of high. In this case it never actually shows the first sprite, but it doesn't really matter for me. And this is the easiest way to do it. You could technically put the first sprite on the screen straight away here if you wanted to just do it down there. Just go with like that. That would put the first sprite on the screen straight away, and then this one will automatically remove it when it goes through, because otherwise you get like an overlap if you don't remove the previous one. can look a little bit weird depending on how your sprites are set up. Obviously that's not what you want. Also it will keep your performance up if you remove all of the previous sprites. And then for this bit, this literally says if you reach the end, then remove the last one and start back at the first one. And then this will put the first one back on the screen. Just double check that does actually work with that little change I made. Should be. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So like I say, you don't need to make the timer dynamic like I have, but I think it just adds a little bit to it for the freezing effect, such a thing. But if I go back out and remove this part, then you have a flat delay, and then I remove this down to 0. It will now literally just continuously loop. As fast as the script can run, it will just keep going over the screen. So as you can see, now it's quite fast. And you might not want your animation to run that fast, so you have a couple of options to delay it. You can do it via the delay here, or you could technically just reduce how fast your images change in your program. So for example, if I wanted it to be half speed, I could double up every single image. That would be quite a long way of doing it, but you could technically do it like that. But yeah, that's the simple way to animate a HUD using more than 100 images.